The most powerful army on Earth had never been stopped until they met Japan. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire was the largest empire the world had ever seen. Genghis Khan had forged millions of square kilometers of territory through pure, organized terror. His armies never lost. His cavalry was the fastest, most disciplined force on Earth. They had crushed China, Persia, Russia, and Poland without a single decisive defeat. Every city that refused to surrender was burned to ash. Every general who faced them was eventually defeated. By 1274, Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis, turned his gaze toward the island of Japan. He sent envoys to demand surrender. Japan executed every single one. Kublai Khan was furious. He assembled an invasion fleet of 900 ships. 40,000 soldiers, Mongols, Chinese, and Koreans, set sail for Japan. What waited for them on those beaches would change history forever. The samurai of Japan had never faced anything like the Mongol horde, but the Mongols had never faced anything like a samurai. The Mongols landed at Hakata Bay in northern Kyushu on November 19, 1274. The Japanese samurai rushed to meet them and immediately faced something they had never seen. Mongol tactics were nothing like Japanese warfare. There was no honor system, no individual duels. The Mongols attacked in disciplined formations, using exploding bombs thrown by catapults. These were the first explosive weapons ever used in Japan. The samurai had no answer. Arrows fell like rain, not aimed at individuals, but fired in mass volleys into formations. Japanese commanders fell back, confused and outmatched by the alien war machine. The samurai were brave, but vastly outnumbered and forced to retreat from the beaches. That night, as the Mongol commanders prepared to advance, something extraordinary happened. A massive typhoon struck Hakata Bay without warning. 200 Mongol ships were destroyed. 13,000 soldiers drowned in one night. The surviving Mongol fleet turned and fled back to Korea. Japan had survived, not through victory, but through a storm they did not control. The Japanese called the typhoon kamikaze, the divine wind, a gift from the gods. But they knew the Mongols would return, and this time they would be better prepared. The Japanese government ordered the construction of a massive stone wall along Hakata Bay. It stretched for 20 kilometers, one of the largest defensive structures in Japanese history. Samurai warriors trained relentlessly. They studied Mongol tactics and adapted their own. Japanese ships were redesigned, smaller and faster, better suited to close combat at sea. New weapons were developed. Fire arrows, grappling hooks to pull enemy ships close. 7 years passed. Japan transformed itself into a fortress nation waiting for the storm. In Korea and China, Kublai Khan assembled the largest invasion fleet in history. 140,000 soldiers, 4,000 ships, an armada without equal. The Chinese force sailed from the south, the Korean force from the north. They planned to meet at Hakata Bay and overwhelm Japan completely. Nothing, Kublai Khan believed, could stop an army of this size. He was about to be proved wrong. The second Mongol invasion arrived in the summer of 1281, 7 years after the first. The Northern Korean fleet arrived first and was immediately stopped by Japan's new stone wall. Without the wall, they would have poured onto the beaches. Instead, they were trapped at sea. Japanese small attack boats swarmed the anchored fleet under cover of darkness. Warriors leapt onto Mongol ships in the night, fighting in close quarters where numbers mattered less. The samurai were brutal and effective. Dozens of Mongol ships were captured or burned. Kublai Khan's commanders were shocked. This was not the Japan they had invaded before. For 6 weeks, the Korean fleet was held offshore, unable to break through the coastal defense. Then the southern Chinese fleet arrived, 200,000 soldiers on 3,000 ships. The scale was overwhelming. Even Japan's wall could not hold against this combined force forever. Japanese commanders began to plan a last desperate defense of the inland cities. But on the night of August 15, 1281, history repeated itself in the most extraordinary way. A second typhoon, even larger than the first. It hit the Mongol fleet with catastrophic force. The second typhoon destroyed over 4,000 Mongol ships in a single night. More than 100,000 Mongol soldiers drowned or were stranded on Japanese shores. Those who survived and washed ashore were captured. Most were executed. Kublai Khan refused to accept defeat. He planned a third invasion of Japan, but the cost of the two failed invasions had been catastrophic, financially and militarily. Rebellions broke out across his empire. His treasury was nearly empty. The third invasion was cancelled. Japan would never face a Mongol fleet again. The Mongol Empire, which had never been decisively stopped, had been broken by Japan. The samurai had not won through superior tactics alone. The kamikaze had saved them twice. But in fighting the most powerful army on earth to a standstill for 6 weeks in 1281, the samurai had proven something that no other nation had demonstrated. The Mongols were not invincible, and the stone wall at Hakata Bay still stands today, a monument to one of history's greatest defenses. Subscribe to SGNovaFacts for more forgotten stories from history that changed the world.